What's the difference between contribution and significance in your research? Contribution is how your research and the theoretical framework that you either establish or test will make the world a better place. And what is the application or the usage of the work that you do in your research? And typically that'll link back to the problem statement. So there's a problem today that we have in the world in your specific area, and you're then going to go in and research and do some investigation. And as a result of that, we hopefully should be able to address some or all of that original problem statement, or one that's slightly linked to it if you deviated slightly from that original problem statement. So that's contribution. Significance is more about the importance of that topic in the world today, and you have more or less important problems to solve, for example. And I guess significance just gives you an indication of how important people think it is to solve that specific problem. So you could choose a problem to solve and you manage to make that contribution, but how important is it that we solve that problem? How significant? And linked to that would be then whether or not there are gaps in the literature. And sometimes if there are gaps in literature, it might mean that people haven't done work on that because it's not that important, but that could also be a timing issue. That could simply because it hasn't yet become important. And significance, or the importance of problems to solve, does change over time. And you need to take that into account, because if you start a study in 4 years' time, when you submit it and you're able to have the credibility of publishing and making a contribution into the industry, the significance of what you've dealt with may be more or less important. So if you think about, we're in 2020, we've had COVID-19 lockdowns, medical trials to produce vaccines, etc. That's a race against time, because it's very important this year, and it's likely to continue to be important for many, many years into the future. So the importance of that is at its highest, probably in the next 9-12 months, but thereafter presumably we will have figured these things out and we'll have solved those problems. And in any field or industry that you want to make a contribution, you need to balance the contribution that you think you can make and that you want to make with your research with the significance or the importance of making that contribution.